All right, can you give a short introduction of yourself?
My name is Sam Abraham. I work for Geothermal Research Group and also I'm a senior advisor for the IGA, focusing on geothermal drilling and geothermal power projects. Oh, that's a good question. What we have now is currently there is a lot of focus on deeper geothermal wells, including EGS projects, where now the technology that we have currently are being stretched to its limits. So the new technologies that I would hint would be the things of the future are one is directional drilling technology, drilling bits, uh, cementing, and from the power plant, I would say the power plant design, because we are trying to use lower temperature fluids for generating power, which was not, earlier we had about anything below 200 degrees centigrade would not work. Now we are able to go down to almost 150 degrees centigrade and still generate power. You have touched upon something that's dear to my heart. Okay, drilling cost is very important because that's where investment comes in. And when investors are trying to look into projects, they are looking at per megawatt, how much would be the cost to develop a project. So nowadays, when we say that for a megawatt to be generated, we are about say 3 to 3.5 million dollars. I'm currently involved in a project in Indonesia where we are working on the same thing, cost reduction strategy for overall geothermal development. So what we are trying to do is use risk mitigation in terms of things that we have learned in the past, using new technology available and building capacity design both in terms of equipments and personnel in these new areas, so that will help to reduce cost, avoid problems that we have faced in the future. And what we hope to achieve is that from the say 3.5 million dollars per megawatt, if we can go to about 2.5, that would be a great game changer. And it is possible. We have done that currently in the University of Utah project, Forge project, where we have reduced drilling time by 40%, 40%. And if I may add, we've done that in a research project and we followed that up in a commercial project and we were able to replicate that pretty successfully. Climate change, I do not have to talk too much, but we are seeing the effects of that. Where we were in California, we had a once in a 84-year hurricane passing through. We have also seen floods happening in different places which had never had floods, like in the desert regions. And because of that, what is happening is both you are seeing changes in weather patterns. What geothermal can help is if we can reduce our carbon footprint, number one, reduce the amount of emissions that we put out to the environment. And when we generate power from geothermal, our footprint is much lower than what we see in other renewable energy aspects like hydro or wind. And last of but not the least is geothermal being the base load power will be able to supply more energy on a continuous basis, which becomes a problem many a times in places where there is renewable energy like wind or solar, but there is intermittency of power generation.
Thank you very much, Sam.
Thank you, Carlos, for your time. Appreciate that. Have a nice day.